This has been an extraordinary year, and I have so many people to thank for their support. First and foremost is my wife of 42 years, Delane, who wasn't here with us last year. And Delane, would you stand up? Outside of being my best friend and my boss, she keeps me organized at home, at work, and in my duties at ACCA. Delane, thank you so much. I want to thank my entire family for understanding my crazy travel schedule this year, which meant that I couldn't see them as much as I wanted to, couldn't be with them as much as I wanted to. I want to thank the entire team at Stan's. Every one of them understood that my ACCA work, though it took me away from the offices sometimes, was for the good of the whole industry, and that included them. They supported me and covered my job for me. And thanks especially to the management team at Stan's. Let me tell you that if you are considering serving ACCA in any capacity, you need to have a strong team back home. I felt very blessed. We had one of the strongest, and I want to thank them. I want to thank my ACCA Excellence Mixed Group. Just because I'm ACCA chairman doesn't mean I have the perfect business plan. Far from it. I have, however, improved my business through the wise counsel of this special group of contractors. They are my closest friends and confidants in the industry. Thank you so much. And I'd like to spend a few minutes thanking the staff of ACCA. Over the course of a decade on the National Board of Directors, I have come to respect what is widely recognized as one of the best performing association staffs in Washington, D.C., period. So let's give them a round of applause. That's a high compliment in a city chock full of associations, politicians, and lobbyists. Paul Stalneck, our president, has been named one of the top association CEOs in the country by a leading publication covering associations. His leadership is why our association has come as far as it has over the last 9 years. And oh, the team he has assembled. Kevin Holland, our Vice President for Business Operations, has been featured in several association industry magazines and has been named an outstanding and visionary association leader. Got to tell you. This staff is not, they don't treat this as an 8-to-5 job. They work all the time and they work hard. I got to tell you a story. It's not in my script, but I got to tell you the story anyway. About a year ago, Kevin and I started a conversation on the internet one night about 10 o'clock. That's 10 o'clock in Austin. It was 11 o'clock in D.C. And it kept going, and it kept going, and it kept going, and Hillary got involved in it, and so the three of us were having an internet conversation. About 1:15 in Austin, I finally decided I needed to go to bed. I sent Kevin one more email. I said, Kevin, I'm going to bed, take a double scotch, and you get some sleep too. About 2 minutes later, Hillary sends an email. Stan, he was already in the scotch, and that's why you're still talking. Glenn Horahan, our Vice President for Research and Development, was named an ASHRAE Fellow this year, an honor afforded less than 2% of the ASHRAE membership. That is so exciting. I had the honor of attending the ceremony and can attest to the high esteem in which Glenn is held by his peers. Hillary Atkins, our General Counsel, keeps all of us in line, including me, and was instrumental in guiding our volunteer members in the development of our new Constitution and bylaws over the course of 2 years. There's been more than one time that Hillary came to me and said, Stan, you may not want to say what you're thinking. I listen to her wise counsel, and it keeps me out of trouble. Charlie McCrudden, our Vice President for Government Relations, led the charge this year. He coordinated our activities on the Hill, our PAC, our grassroots efforts, and communication with members and industry on these important activities. Charlie, this was your year, but it won't be your last. ACCA is finally taking its rightful position as a respected voice for sanity in Washington. Thank you, Charlie, for your leadership, because it's been so important to help make those contacts and provide the information and help get us in the door. I can't name everyone on the staff because they are all part of a great, great staff. They come into the office every day with one goal: providing great service to our members and our entire industry. I want to thank all of them for their dedication and their hard work. To the ACCA Executive Committee and Board of Directors, I salute you. You agreed with me when I was right, and you challenged me when I was wrong. We are blessed with a diversity of opinion that leadership is not afraid to show, but when a decision is made, that same group moves together to implement policy through our great staff. Thank you, Board of Directors. To all of ACCA's members, those of you out here and the people who couldn't be here tonight, I told you a year ago that you'd be hearing a lot more from us to you. We asked your opinion, and we asked for you to act. You have not failed your industry, and you stepped up to the plate. But we cannot stop now. We must make our voice heard in Washington. We're not going to stop everything bad from happening, but we won't stop anything if we sit on the sidelines. Please continue to work with John and the staff to make our voices heard. And now, it is time for this old dog to rest. I know that John Sedin will do a fantastic job serving you over the coming year. I learned a long time ago that John and I share almost all the same values and 100% of the same passion for the industry and this association. ACCA is a great association, and I know it will continue to be great as long as we all work together to focus on the big picture. As long as we continue to understand that all of us are smarter than some of us, as long as we believe that the only way to strengthen a contracting business is to strengthen the entire contracting industry, thanks to each of you for your support and your thoughts and your prayers. My prayers are with each of you as well. God bless this great industry, and God bless America. Thank you.